Hello, this is the Quantum Bunny 2.0. Today I'm going to be talking about a bunny and its habitat and how it goes out in the environment to observe and collect different things, energy and food and harmony and balance, as well as fear and despair and potentially even death or other things that could impact the bunny's lives. So let's actually think about that. So as I was observing bunnies in nature, so we'll draw a bunny here. Okay, so I forget how I drew the bunny before, but we'll make it up. So here you go. There's your bunny. Now, this bunny is got a field. So his field of view is like as big as what he's experienced before. So what we're going to start with is we're going to say this is a baby bunny and he's with his mom. And so let's just draw a little baby bunny here maybe. And then the bunny is with his mom and wants to go out and find food. So the mom says, okay, well, here's how you go get food. You know, let's say that there's a little leaf here or something. So we'll put some food over here to be able to draw what this experience is. So you have like a little leaf, okay? And the bunny's saying, oh, that was a good leaf. I know this path now. My mom taught me this path. And so I'm going to repeat that path eventually to be able to do more things. So, you know, now let's say that the mom bunny says, well, it's time to go get some water. And it's time to go rest under the tree. And it's time to go play with your cousins and all your brothers and sisters. Okay? So these different pathways create something that allows the bunny to see and feel what his environment is. And this is all he knows so far. Okay? So let's color those in and let's try to emphasize our depiction here of this quantum field that the bunny is able to go into. The word quantum is from the word quanta, which means like a piece of something. And what I'm saying about quantum is I'm basically saying that for every piece of energy that's in the universe, there's basically some type of balance. There's some type of plus and minus that goes back and forth between a 0 point. And that allows us to imagine that this energy that we're feeling, you know, when we get hungry and we go out into the field, we might say, well, we need to go on this path because we're super hungry. You know, we need to get that taken care of first. So you set your priorities, you set your boundaries, and you start to understand the environment, and you start to live and love and learn and grow. All right? And so don't forget there's, you know, all kinds of little goodies around here that you can get to. Maybe the water, maybe playtime, whatever it is. But then also I wanted to indicate that there's stuff that you have to do to sort of backtrack where you've been before. And that's where I'm drawing this spiral, is I'm imagining that there's this flow of energy back and forth from your starting point to the forward nature of what you want, the positive things that you can receive. And then also there's some things that you have to think in your mind that could be somewhat negative. And so they could end up having, you know, some turmoils or some detriment or some things that you have to live through, like despair. Those things are natural, and you should just basically allow the flow of life to happen. You know, when it's time to cry, you just cry. Or when it's time to live and play, you just do that. So those are the things that are going to inspire us to continue on and to learn and to grow. So I'll draw another piece here. I'm doing blue on this one, but it doesn't matter what color you use. We're really just using this to try to imagine and visualize this field, this quantum bunny field, you know, and there's like an outer extent here that doesn't let the bunny go beyond because he doesn't think that he can, okay? Now there's also probably a darker area here, and I'll shade that in with this black because it's basically like where you don't go. This is like the no man's land. So you're like, do not go here. I've never been here before. I'm scared of this place. I don't think I should go here. But then one day, the mama bunny passes away, and this is something that happens in all life, but you know, ultimately what happens in the bunny's life is that he has to grow, he has to learn, he has to go out and venture beyond what his existence was originally. This is like a change in your life. When you go in your life and you start to experience new things, and this has happened to me a few times where you almost have to make decisions about what you want to do next. And you have to like really reflect on what it is that you did in the past so that you can learn about what it is that you want to do in the future. So as we draw this quantum bunny cycle here, we're going to continue to color in these areas, like as if the bunny explored over here and said, well, look, maybe there's different kind of flowers over here that I can eat that I've never had before, but they'll still provide nourishment because these flowers over here are starting to get dried up, or maybe there's too many bunnies over here, so now you have to expand over here and get where there's not enough bunnies, right? And so these things that are happening here in this flow of life are all natural, and you just have to sort of feel the signs, and you have to know when one thing feels right or when another thing doesn't feel right, and you just have to make a decision on what you want to do, okay? And that's what this whole video is about, is trying to depict the life of a bunny and the decisions that the bunny has to make in order to live freely and to be happy and to grow. So those are the things I'm thinking about, and I hope you are too. If you observe this in nature, you'll notice that the bunny and the deers and the wolves and the coyotes and the frogs and pretty much everything has these different effects on nature. And so it is going to be a harmonious balance where, you know, if there's too many wolves or foxes or coyotes, then there won't be as many bunnies. But then the bunnies will say, you know what, we need to just have more babies because it's time for us to expand our horizon, and we're going to go out and we're going to expand our bunnyhood, you know, and that's natural. That's okay. And so those are the things that would drive you to expand this field. I hope this video was helpful, and if you want, like and subscribe and watch my other videos, get inspired. I'll be repeating the stories to try to get better at telling and depicting what it is that my vantage point is, what my perspective is. And so I appreciate your support. Thank you so much.